Hello, good people. Thank you for always coming in, and this is Hope for Every Day. And as usual, we are here to encourage each other and even share some of the lessons that you're learning. And today I want to talk to parents. It's a blessing to be a parent, a very big blessing to be a parent. And I'm also a parent, and so there's something I've been learning which I think I need to share with us, and this one pertains to our children. One of the responsibilities that we do have is to take care of our children. And of course, we take care of them by making sure that they have food, they have clothes, they have a nice place to sleep, and many other things that we do. But basically, they're those basic things that we do, like food, clothing, and a place to sleep. And also, one of the other important things is education. And I believe education in all over the world is very much important, because you want to educate your child because they have a bright future, so that they can be able to take care of themselves and be very relevant in the places where they're going to work, and they will get opportunities. So I have been thinking about education, and one of the key things that I want to share with us is that all of us need to prepare for enough to educate our kids, and especially in the high school level and college level or university. It's very much important. Why am I saying this? Because when the children are still young, they are in their grade 1, grade 2, in the primary school, sometimes paying the school fees might not be such a huge tax. I know sometimes it can, especially if you don't have a job or possibly you're struggling. But the burden is not a lot compared to when a child goes to high school, or a child goes to college, or a child goes to the university. And that's why I'm coming in, just to give you some few tips that can be able to help you and me, because these are some things that I've learned, and I know they will be able to help someone there, a parent there, because if you don't consider them, it might be very much stressful during that particular time. You may have a very hard time because you need to prepare for it. And of course, I'm not trying to dismiss that it's not easy to get money. It's very easy to get money while your kids are still in primary school. No, we have some people that are struggling because of different challenges, economic challenges. But my emphasis mostly comes in when a child goes to high school, and mostly when a child goes to university or college. The burden is quite heavier, believe me. It's quite heavier, and you can really go through a very tough time. And it is during this particular time when, if you really love your child, most likely you can even begin selling items. You can sell your car, you can sell an item at home, because you want the child to be educated. But if you're not so much interested with the studies, you might abandon your child and not even be able to support them. And so I thought, let me just do a video and help us as parents, so that we can prepare in advance, because sometimes we don't. We feel like it is still very far. You know, many of us, we normally say, oh no, when that time comes, it's quite still far. It is not far. It is coming sooner than you think. And so if you've come across this particular video, that's why I'm sharing this video, because you can begin doing something about it. Now, one of the key things that you need to do is basically start saving early. Because as a parent, I mean, you need to be prepared for school fees for high school or even college. One of the key things that you need to do is you need to start saving early. Create a dedicated saving plan for education expenses. Just like you plan for other things. Just like you plan for an holiday. You plan to buy a car. You plan to do many other things. You plan for clothes. You plan for food. Have or start saving early, and have a dedicated saving plan. And I mean dedicated save plan, because many of us began planning, saving for our children's school fees, and then it is not dedicated. It's always the second option. Make sure that it is part of the key things, amongst many other things. You may be planning for retirement and all those things, but you need to plan also for the education of your children, and especially when they come to high school, so that you don't get some challenges. Start saving early. Very much important. Yes, you may feel like it is not early. Begin saving early, because it's very much important. That is going to save you a lot of things. And when we talk about saving, you can open an account for the child, or you can we do have insurance companies that also have some packages where you can be able to save for your child for like 5 years, 10 years. It will depend with which country we are talking of. And so please start saving early. Yes, don't say it is a bit early. Begin saving early, because that time is coming sooner than you think. Number 2, budget and prioritize. Very much important. You need to budget and prioritize. Allocate specific portion of your income for education. I know we do have many other plans, but make sure that you allocate. As a parent, you must allocate. And when we talk about allocating, some of us say, oh, it's quite expensive, or I cannot be able to allocate, I don't have enough money. Let me tell you, even $1, $2, $3, depending on the currency that you come from, or the country you come from, the currency of your country, there is no money which is little when it talks of saving. So don't say that it's not enough. You don't need to save a lot of money. You just need to begin saving just small portions. So budget and prioritize. And I'm talking about make sure that you allocate specific portion of your income for education. Number 3, research on financial aid options. Of course, they're always there. Sometimes you may not get them. So look into scholarships, grants, and government assistance program. They are there. You need to find out whether they are there, because sometimes you may assume they are not there, but when you begin looking for them, you'll find they are there. So research for financial aids, very much important. Just find out about where you can get such support, and that is going to help. You will find some people, some organizations, or even some schools offering scholarships. You may find some grants also which are being offered. And also, if you're having the government also coming in to assist in such kind of programs. So it's very much important for you to do that and prepare in advance, because that is going to save you a lot of stress and such kind of things that we normally go through. Number 4, invest wisely. We all of us do invest in various things. We invest for many things. You need to invest wisely. Look for a place where you can invest your money. Possibly in Kenya, you can say, I'm going to buy this piece of land, which I know by the time my child will be going to high school or my child will be going to university, this piece of land will have appreciated, and so I'll have enough money. And so it's very much important for you to make sure that you really invest wisely in anything that you feel can be able to ensure that you have enough money. You can invest even in business and such kind of things. There are many options that you can be able to do, and that is going to make sure that you are very much secure when it comes to the education of your child. Now, number 5, encourage your child to apply for scholarships and academic awards. That's something I've also mentioned. When they are already in school, you can encourage them to apply for scholarship and academic awards. They apply in different countries. So those ones can help basically in easing up the burden that you may be having for school fees for your child. Number 6, build an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses. It's good for you to have an emergency fund. Yes, very much important. I know you might be saying, oh, I can't have it because there's no money. When the money is there, make sure that you allocate that money. That is going to help a lot. If you're going to have an emergency fund, it means that you will have some money that is spared somewhere, which you can be able to use to ensure that your children's education are really covered. Now, number 7, stay informed about school fees and payment deadlines. Very much important. You need to make sure that you're really informed. If you're very ignorant, you might find that you are there are many things that are passing you. So stay informed about school fees, payment, and all such kind of things and deadlines. And that is going to keep you in the loop so that you can be able to be really in a good position to support your child and such kind of things. Now, plan for inflation. Inflation is always occurring. It happens every now and then. Education costs a lot. And education costs tends to rise over time. I remember when I was schooling, the amount of money I'm paying for my children is not the same amount of money that we paid during the time I was in school. And so it means that even for you now, if you have a child who is still very young in primary school or in nursery school, by the time they will be going to high school or in the university, inflation might have really changed everything. So education is very expensive. So it's good for you to plan for inflation. And basically this means doing a lot of saving, making sure that the money that you have also is not, you're not just storing the money somewhere to stay there, but the money is working for you so that it can be able to add value. Because you can possibly $10 could take your child to school. That's an example. But you find by the time your child is going to school, that amount of money, the $10 might not be enough for such. The other thing is, consider opening a separate saving account specifically for school fees. Yes, you can opt and say, I'm going to have this particular account, specific account, that I'm going to put more effort to make sure that I educate, I put some money aside for my child. That is going to help. I do know many parents do that, but now there's a challenge with that one. You open that an account, you are the signatory, you are the one who can be able to withdraw the money, and so most of the time, you find the account is there, but after some time, you are tempted to use that money. And you know what we normally say? I'm going to spend this amount of money because I think I'm going to return it. And then along the way, you don't return it. Open an account and ask the bank to advise you. There's some banks who will just lock the money. You can do what we call fixed account. The money is fixed, that you can't be able to withdraw it for a particular period of time. You can lock that money for a particular time, so that there will not be a temptation to go and withdraw that money. Yes, but if you leave that account open, chances are you are more likely to go there, because issues are always happening. The money needs are always there, so you don't want to spend that money. And a bigger percentage of people who spend that money, they don't return that money. So make sure that if you open an account, you're able to put some restrictions that will restrict you or someone else from withdrawing that money when the time is not due. Now, the other thing you need to do is review and adjust your plan regularly to stay on track. Very much important. If you have a good plan, make sure that you review it regularly and for it to stay in track. So those lessons will help you to be better prepared to support your child education and manage financial responsibilities that come with it. So I'm wishing you, the parents, all the best. There are many other lessons that I've not highlighted here, but I've just highlighted very few. Please consider them, come up with a plan, because the time is coming and it is not long. It comes very fast. And I'm telling you, you can have a very hard time. Within that 5 or 10 years, you can really face a challenging time, especially if you don't plan well. So as a parent, I'm just cautioning you in advance. Please come up with that plan. Doesn't matter how much money you have, even if it's $1, save that $1. That $1 will make a difference. All the best. If you like this kind of content, remember to come, subscribe, and follow this particular channel. See you in my next one. Bye bye for now.